Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Saturday, the 8th of July. I am Flat Cap Callum and I am hoping you are all very, very well. All right, Saturday. We're a bit later upload, and that's because we've got a bit of volume, so I am maximising it out today. You got to make your choices on certain days. I found a lot of things that I think worth having a try. So I've got a double stake day, 8 bets. So maximum stake, maximum bets. I wouldn't say I'm full of massive prices at all. And it's just more about volume, to be honest. So I've got an interest for the channel staking plan in 22 races. That is 30 horses. So if this is not your gig, you go find another channel that will give you 3 short price horses and you'll just have a little interest on that. If you want to strap yourself in and get involved with a little bit of volume, then yeah, I've got 30 horses and 22 races, broadly split, slightly more in the afternoon, and then there's a reasonable chunk then in the evening. I'm quite thoughtful about the weather because there's thundery showers pretty much everywhere expected at some point. So as to whether not how heavy they'll be and what impact they'll have on the ground is a bit of an unknown. So I've kept in quite a few bets. I've kept horses at the same track together. So there's an impact at a track, it impacts one bet. But also, when dealing with the volume this morning, there's been a lot of price movement. So I think I've only had one non-runner of all of everything I picked out last night. But there's been quite a lot of price movement, including those of you who've watched freebets.com. I tipped up Dark Jedi as the horse of the day at 33 to 1. Only to see this morning, it's suddenly gone, it entered 9 to 1 in places. I think it's back out to 14s. That is really unusual. So a horse of that kind of age in a competitive handicap like that's very exposed, you don't expect a price movement like that at all. It's very strange. There's things like that have gone on today, and I must have had about 5 horses that have got really short than I wanted. One I've ditched completely, and there's one that's really come in, and I've left it in the bet. I've left it in the bet. We'll see. Okay. As far as Friday goes, it was 20 on, 10.31 back. We started off well. We finished not great. So in the win tricks, we had Dream Composer won really well. That got backed in. But then it didn't count for anything because King of the Plains looked to be going comfortably up front, and then something went wrong and they pulled it up. And then Investment Manager was no good, which is it's a bit annoying because, being honest, Investment Manager was sort of, I found the other two and I liked the other two, and then Investment Manager was can I find a third horse to put in, and it was a bit more of a filler. There was a bit more of a small margin in that, and and it was rubbish. So that was annoying. Then the afternoon bet was very close to hitting the place Yankee. We had Hostelry place, May Blossom. That was an 8 runner, went to 7s, and it was a neck into 3rd place. So had there not been a non-runner, or had it not got past that neck, we'd have been all right. Then we had Manor Park 1, 17 to 2 was a channel price, 10 to 1 was the SP, and then Percy Jones placed. So it was a place Yankee. We didn't get any benefit for the winner. That's been a real story of the last sort of 7-8 days. We've had a lot of winners that haven't counted for a lot, so let's see if Saturday can be any better. And then we had the big bet at Bellystown. Let's say Bellystown, Beverley and Wexford. There was one in there as well. But Bellystown, beer with the boys. I backed that 5 minutes before I uploaded the video at 50 to 1 on Bet365. And then it went into 6s. And then it went out to like 14s or 16s by the time of the race. And it was about mid-pack. It was just, sometimes you can't really explain what goes on. Anyway, that bet was terrible. Nothing really got near. And then in the combination double, we had Sleeve Baron, Banner, I can never say it. I apologise to all the Gaelic watchers. That placed, it was second, and then Frano backed in that one, so it was a place double for a little bit there. So I think we go into the weekend £1.80 ahead for the week, about £18 down for the month of July. So we're just under a day's stake behind, and obviously we're investing quite a bit. So I'll quick mention on the golf actually. So on the golf, in the maiden Himmerland, we've got Darren Fitchart, who hasn't started his round yet. Looks like a lot of people are scoring well on the third round. He was top South African overnight. He's not at the moment, so we'll see how he progresses. And then Matthew Southgate's our one hope left in the outright market, and we need him to push on a bit today. In the John Deere Classic, Adam Schenk is doing well, tied second. And then Chris Stroud is a few shots back, who's not completely out of it at a very big price. So we'll see how we go. The rest of the golfers we lost. And then don't think I've mentioned on a video since, but the Wimbledon bet's a bit dire. So there won't be any more. Those outright side market bet ones, absolutely atrocious. It happens like that sometimes. If you're playing with big prices, it happens. But yeah, that was a really bad one. So on to the horses for today. Are you strapped? Are you secure? Have you got a tee and multiple screens? Or I don't know. Someone put in the comments yesterday again, like they really prefer it when I just put it all in the comments. I 100% get that. But the thing is, I'm putting this stuff out there. I'd like people to watch the content, and I know for some people it's easier when they're doing whatever they're doing. But equally, I would just get a whole bunch more people who just won't even bother watching anything, who literally will just come and take it. If I was putting one bet out or something, it'd be a little bit different. But I'm putting multiple bets out, and I like to give people a little bit of explanation. But yeah, if all I was doing was just putting bets in the comment, I might as well just do Twitter. I know there's people that are busy that watch and regular, and it would help them out. But there's also a whole bunch of people that would just be rubbernecking and come and have a look. Anyway, Saturday's plan, whether you want it or not. Here we go. Sandown bet, 150 existent, 25 to 1. Watch out on that race. Hills and Betfred are the best one for a single on that. They're both paying 4. No one else is. So I think it's the outsider, but it's a really competitive race, and I think that's got chances. 225 a split leg in that one. Dutch Decoy, I want it right the price. That should say 10 to 1. Revich at 25 to 1. And then 415 Trigoni at 16s, 525 Mythical Guest at 18s. So it's 2 times 10p each way, lucky 15. So one's got existent, Dutch Glory, Trigoni and Mythical Guest. One's got existent, Revich, Trigoni and Mythical Guest. Hills or Sky, because Hills are better there. And Sky are better on one of the other ones. I can't remember which one it works out at, but Hills or Sky are your best ones. And then 365 or Betfred. £6 is the bet for bet 1. Bet 2. This started as a Haydock bet, and then I dropped a horse because the price got short, and I've put in a Nace horse, although the price of that one's got a bit short. 205 Haydock Bulldog Spirit 28. 240 Haydock Peripatetic 15 to 2. Split legged in the big race, the 315. We're going Yuki and Glen at 12s and Scampi at 20s, and then 320. That one's halved in price. It's still just okay. A risque 11s, but yeah, originally the plan was that was a much bigger price, but I've just left the staking plan because it just was, the whole thing was getting all complicated. So 2 times 10p each way, lucky 15s, and we've got an additional 25p each way double on Scampi and a risque. Sky best, 365 second best, and I put a shout out there to Betway being your third best option for bet 2 if anyone has a Betway account. 650 is what we've got there. And as I said, never split leg. I know it's annoying because I've got volume and I've got split legs, and it does take time, but believe me, it takes me a lot more time to research, write it all out, and then place all the bets. And then, by the way, I have to go and do my own bets. That's the thing. I don't know if people appreciate that. Like, literally, last night, Dark Jedi, I didn't place any bets last night, so I didn't get 33 to 1 on Dark Jedi. I was too busy researching and getting everything else ready. So I've got no money down. All of my money has literally not been placed yet, other than the channel bets. I've got to do mine retrospectively. So I shall not personally be getting favourite prices. I just haven't had the chance to do it. All right. Next bet, 205 Haydock Midnight Line at 10s, 225 Sandown Spirit Catcher at 12s, 315 Haydock Wootton Sun at 18s, 325 Beverley, the only Beverley horse, Loveliest at 28s, 18 pence each way, lucky 15, 540 is the bet, Sky is best, 365 is next best. That is that one. So you'll notice I haven't put Dark Jedi in any other bets other than in my combination bet, because the price halved. The value's not there in the same way it was. I still think it's worth putting in bets, but at 33 to 1, 28 to 1, it was a much better bet. Okay, first of two combination bets. Haydock 205. I'm going Bulldog Spirit 28, so midlight line at 10s, going on to 5 horses in the old Newton Cup. One Smooth Operator at 14s, Yukon Glen 12s, Scampy at 20s, Wootton Sun at 18s, Dark Jedi at 14s. That is 10 times 20p each way doubles, so it's £4 you bet, and you want Sky or 365. So 365 and Sky are the two bookies paying 6 places on the 315. So if you want singles on that one, go 365 because you'll get your best price guaranteed. £4 is the bet, so you put all 7 horses in the bet slip. We need something from each leg to get a return. That is bet 4. Bet 5. Now we're into the evening-ish. 540 Nace. I was on Silky Sib, but it's gone non-runner, so I've gone in for one of the reserves on that one, and I hope it actually it will get in. It's whether they actually run it. TD's Approach at 14 to 1. 550 Leicester. This is the one. 11 to 1. It was this morning. It's 7 to 2 now. It may well be worth taking SP on that one. I think it's the right horse to be favourite for the race, but I really liked it 11 to 1. But clearly it's not that price now. But I've left it in. And then the 7-12 Nottingham, I've split legged that. Bat at 11s and Shark 2-1 at 11s. And the 842 Nottingham, Lawman Bliss at 18. So it's 2 times 10p each way, lucky 15s. Sky or Unibet, they are the best two. Same place terms, Sky or Unibet. If you've not got them, 365 is your third best option. £6 you bet is bet 5. 3 more to go. Here's Carlisle. So we've got a Carlisle lucky 15. 545 Street Life. That's way worth chancing at 40s. It's a very inconsistent horse. It has run well previously in apprentice handicap, so I think it's well worth chancing at 40s. 722 Nightlife 25 to 1. 822 Chinese Spirit at 8s. 852 Shanaz at 15 to 2. That one's coming a bit as well. 16 pence each way, lucky 15, and an additional 25p each way double on the Lifes, Street Life, Nightlife. Sky or Unibet, again, are the best ones. Sky or Unibet, and then if you haven't got them, 365 or Coral. But Sky or Unibet are particularly good because they are 4 on those two. 530 is your bet for bet 6. Bet 7 is my Bellystown bet. Been a bit mixed this week at Bellystown. Let's see how the last day goes. 6 o'clock, Weddellsea at 14s. 6:30 Colour Pride 22 to 1. Apologies, I can't pronounce stuff. 7:30 In for a Penny 15 to 2, and 8 o'clock Hascourt Clermont 12 to 1. 16 pence each way, lucky 15. Most bookies are similar place terms here, so you want a 365, a Paddy, a Betfred that are playing best price guaranteed on multiples. 480 is your bet for bet 7. And then the last one, a combination double with a race you wouldn't expect. I like those two in the 7-12 Nottingham, so I put them in a combination double. So Shark 2-1 and Ertabat going on to 8 o'clock Bellystown, Herscourt Clermont, and that's another one that was double the price. 12s Macaroni is a channel favourite, 11 to 1. 4 times 25p each way doubles, £2 is your bet. 365 are the best one to be on for this. And then Sky or Unibet. £2 is your bet 8. Alright, that's it. The full £40 8 bet, 30 horse, 22 races. For some people, they will hate it. For some people, they will chuck a load of mud at me and say, how can you possibly expect to do that? You're just chucking darts. And I'll say the same thing I've said for 18 months. Judge me on long-term profit. Judge me on long-term profit. You can win by putting out volume. That's not what conventional folk would say to you who think they make money, or do make money. There are people out there, literally, that old Newton Cup, they'll bet every horse in the race. I'm not doing that. But you've got to kind of have your leans in certain places, and I stand by my strategy. I never would tell you it's the best strategy. I'll never tell you what is the best strategy because I don't think there is such a thing. What I'll tell you is long term, I make profit, and not talking about 1 or 2%. So we're cleanly ahead since the channel started in a really nice way. So yeah, it's not for everyone. All right. I'll be back tonight. It looks like a quiet Sunday to me. I haven't gone through any of the detail, but yeah, it does look like a quiet Sunday. I'm hoping to pull something out for Chelmsford. Maybe it's an unusual day to have a Chelmsford meeting on Sunday, but yeah, it doesn't look low. So it's really going to come down to this Saturday, I think. So we could come out and get absolutely burnt for our £40, but hopefully we won't. Hopefully we'll do something good, but who knows? All right, thank you very much. See you tonight. Bye bye.